at a beautiful home in Poway today with Robbie from Synthetic Lawn Solutions. We're talking all about a backyard transformation and what makes synthetic turf shine. And it's really the seams we're talking about. So Robbie, can you tell me a little bit about the job, and then we'll go into how you make these seams work?
With artificial grass, it has a direction it falls. So right now,
I can see it sloping a little bit this way.
Yeah, so from the camera's angle, you're looking at it from the back side.
Okay.
So you always want to be looking at turf from the front side, and it makes it appear a little bit more natural.
Definitely.
So in a backyard situation, you always want the turf falling towards the house. So when you're looking out the back window, you're coming, enjoying a barbecue, whatever, you're getting the most realistic looking grass you can get. Now in the front yard, it's opposite. You actually want, for curb appeal, you want everything falling towards the street. So people driving by, all the curb appeal, you know, everything looks nice from the front side.
Expert tip number one. Do we believe that he's the expert yet? Because I definitely do. So it leads us to seaming. That's definitely where people have the most sort of issue with artificial turf, right? They think eventually they can see the seams where the two pieces come together, because obviously the turf doesn't come in long enough spans to cover literally everything that you might want to cover with turf. So how do you handle seams?
So we do things a little differently over at Synthetic Lawn Solutions. So most companies do a straight seam, and that's good too, you know, but we go a little extra step. It actually creates more work, but it just, in the end, the product is way better.
Is way better, because that straight seam, like you said, it can create a sort of mohawk effect where the two pieces of the edge of the turf is going to have extra fabric there.
Yes, exactly. So what sometimes people make a mistake, when you're doing turf, when you fold this over, you actually always want to start 2 rows in no matter what. So as you can see, the backing here, the shiny part, it stops right about here. So when you cut just right along this row here, what happens is the fabric's naturally going to want to fall over.
Yeah, it's going to lose some of its stability.
So yeah, when you go 2 rows in, you're in the beef of everything. Everything's going to stay straight up and down. And when you do the seams, you're not going to have that mohawk effect where 2 pieces of turf are pushing together and it's creating twice the amount of turf in one area, and that's what makes you see the
visible
seam.
line, the seam. So you take it one step further than just going in the second notch.
Yeah.
You're actually going to make it a curved seam.
Yeah, so I'll fold this back and I'll show you how we do it. So here's one of our templates here. So we put this down.
I really like the sticker that says, yes, it really works.
Yes, it really works. So once again, this is something that creates a little bit more work for us. It takes longer, but the end result is just hands down better, you know? So we line it up, and this is the tricky part. You have to have these things lined up absolutely perfect.
Right on that second notch, like we talked about.
Yeah, right on the second notch. We actually cut this out, and then for the other piece, you actually offset it. So you want male into female. So you'll slide it down, and I'll show you how that works, but they go into each other, and it virtually disappears. It's pretty cool.
So now it's all been lined up and nailed down.
Yep.
And I can't even see it anymore.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it. It's honestly hard for us to find it sometimes.
What's the next step after this? Because this isn't even done yet.
Yeah, so we did this seam, so now we're going to cut all the edges in, and then we're going to stretch the turf down. So that's another important part of doing artificial grass. If you don't stretch it correctly and get the right amount of infill in, you're going to develop wrinkles in your grass, and it's going to ultimately, it's not going to look good in a couple of months. So we're going to brush everything, stand the grass straight up and down, and then we're going to pour the infill in. What that does is give the grass blades a base. Yeah. So without that, they can fall over real easy. With the correct amount of sand in there, it holds everything up, and it makes the grass stand up, so you don't have a matted down grass over time.
And that's what's going to make it look real.
Absolutely.
So it's really important to have the right preparation, the right seams, the right infill, the right product to begin with. So you really do need an expert for this, which is why you would call Robbie at Synthetic Lawn Solutions, because you need to have your turf done correctly so that it looks real and looks beautiful like this does. I can't even see this seam.
Thank you.
I tell you what, that is absolutely special. And Robbie goes to every single job site for every single client to make sure that he helps with installations. And don't settle for an inferior installation and risk having unsightly seams. Just call Robbie at 619-378-9886 today. And when you mention Approved Home Pros, you'll save 10% up to $500. Make that phone call now.